Hi, good day. Welcome to Newspaper Review on Nigeria Watch. My name is Ima, reporting live from Lagos, Nigeria. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to my Nigeria Watch family across the globe. How are you doing? Cheers to the weekend, my people. Yes, the weekend is upon us, and of course, I am glad and I'm ready to let down my hair and have a good time through the weekend. What's your plan for the weekend? I'd like to know. If you're just joining, welcome to our newspaper review. Please do well to like this broadcast, do well to share and invite someone onto our YouTube channel. Yes, please also do well to subscribe to our YouTube channel, do well to turn on your notification bell, support us also. Thank you very much. Thank you to each and every one of you on the comment section already. Osagwavo, hi Osagwavo, how are you doing? Beautiful morning to you too. Thank you for being here. DA Osadolo, I greet you too. Thank you for being here. Chest to the weekend, chest to the weekend. Mary Kimade, beautiful morning to you, Mary Kimade. How are you doing? And yes, Johnson Emmanuel, let me answer for everybody. Yes, they are doing great. And me, I am doing great as well. Thanks for asking, Johnson Emmanuel. How are you doing? Good to have you on this broadcast. Omoroti on Kisley. Good morning. I'm doing well. Thank you. How are you doing this morning? Thank you for being on the broadcast. Thank you so very much. Justin Emmanuel, I stand gidigba, I bam well, I am bouncing this morning. Thank you, guys. In the comment section, the link has been posted. If you would like to join the broadcast, please do well to click on the link and you'll be right here. And of course, in Obong Amiang, yes, so Atam Bakara, how you doing? Thank you for being on this broadcast and beautiful morning to you. Thank you. If you're just joining in, please help me do my part while you do yours. Do what to like this broadcast, do what to share and invite someone on to the broadcast. Thank you very much. Beautiful favor. Faith, I've been waiting for you, Mama. Thank you for being here. Good morning to you too. Beautiful favor. Thank you so very much. I appreciate you, girl. Thank you for being on here. Welcome to our newspaper review. In about a minute, we will begin already. But before then, how are you doing? What's your plan for the weekend? I want to know. I want to learn. Yes, I'd like to try something different this weekend. So let me know what to try. So what are you doing this weekend? Come on, let's share. Let's share. Please do not be selfish with your itinerary. Let us share. Let me have new ideas for fun. Yes, please. Thank you very much. All right, welcome to Niger Watch blog. Welcome to our newspaper review. Yes, we'll begin just in just a minute. We'll begin. Thank you very much. Now will be a good time to poke. Now will be a good time to call and let them know that we are about to, or we have begun already our newspaper review. Thank you so very much to my panelists. I salute you. I salute you already, but please do well to like the broadcast before coming into before clicking on the link. Please, thank you very much. All right, our first paper for today is going to be the Punch. On the Punch, we have PDP crisis. Aggrieved governors report article to Board of Justice, list peace conditions. Ex-VP renegade on post-primary promise to Wike London deal. That's from a source. Wike moves against Atiku's ally. Delist OMEHIA as ex-governor. Atiku will shock Nigerians. Win with 7 million votes margin. Are you boast? Budget. Reps justify 8.4 trillion naira borrowing, 6.3 trillion naira debt servicing. Federal government reveals rail security. Buhari meets freed hostages. Court rules on ASU's appeal. Out of court settlement fails. 82-year-old French writer wins Nobel Prize in Literature. Mr. Kennedy, welcome to the broadcast. Please do well to put your mic on mute, sir. Thank you. CBN disburses over 2 trillion naira to 426 industries. KOGI claims Obajano plant ownership. Dangote, MAN, kick. And the picture story on there would show the excited APC members that has been looking for their presidential candidate. I'm sure that's why the excitement would be on their faces. As excitement as Tinubu returns from UK, prepares for campaign. All right. OGUN Monarch allegedly blinds trader for dancing with Queen. OGUN tanker chased by miscreants explodes. 3 killed, 12 vehicles burnt. Abuja petrol scarcity persists. Federal government blames KOGI flood. Not too much to be said on this headlines, as every of this headline, carries their story already. All right, Sam Sky, welcome to the broadcast. Sonia, Alex, welcome to the broadcast. If you're just joining, welcome to our newspaper review on Niger Watch. Thank you for being here. Please do well to like this broadcast, do well to share, invite someone onto the broadcast. And yes, someone did, Mr. Makirabodi, but the love and the encouragement and the super sticker and super chat from you guys this week has been very, very discouraging. What is happening? Who have I stopped impressing? What am I doing wrong? Let me know, but please, guys, our broadcast cost a whole lot to run this broadcast, so please endeavor to support us from time to time. This is an appeal. This is a very humble appeal. Please, ladies and gentlemen, do what support us. All right, thank you very much. Let's take this story on OGUN tanker. So this tanker were being chased by miscreants. Miscreants will be those touts or those people that collect money. I don't know what those money are called. I think they call it tax, but they collect money from this truck people. And the guy was not willing to pay. This happened at the toll gate, the outskirts of Lagos, the toll gate, Ogun State. He was trying, it was at night, midnight. He was trying to escape these people by, zooming past them. But they were not going to search for it. They were chasing it. Now, if you happen to be around, say, Mile 2, Mile 2, you're going to Mile 2, you're going to Ajegule, you're going to Boundary, all of those places, you see the way these boys stand on the road with this pipe. And if you refuse to give them the money, they use the pipe to smash your screen. That's why you could wake up in the morning and you see shattered or glasses on the floor. That's what happens. So this driver was trying to evade these people, and while being chased, he hit. I can't remember what he did hit, but he came in contact with something, and that did not cause the explosion. It only caused spillage. There was spillage in the vicinity where this accident had happened. Now there was a bus, a downfall bus that was on motion, that was parked behind it, or that was behind the truck. The tanker carrying the fuel, 35,000 liters. Yeah, the downfall was just behind it, and of course, downfall buses are never in good shape, or they are rarely, let's not say never, because they were once new, right? But they are rarely in good shape. So the exhaust from that downfall was already, had sparks in it, and that was it. That was just all that spillage needed. That was what caused the explosion. Now, it was midnight. Some people had just parked their cars and they left the vicinity. All of those cars caught fire. Some people were burnt beyond recognition. Yes, so that's it. The 12 vehicles, the 3 people that were killed, the tanker driver died, lost his life. The bus driver lost his life, and some other people lost their lives too. Yeah, so that's the story. I hope these things are checkmated. These people, who do they give the money to? That's what we're talking on the chat the other day. We need to stop living like animals. You see the way those boys take money, because I have witnesses severally at night. And now you could just be passing and that thing would hit you, and all they will say is sorry, or you see the agitation, you see how rough it gets, you see how violent they would go. And these are not things, we cannot continue this way. I'm okay. This happens in Lagos. I don't know about all the places. I'd like to know if this is the same method that is being applied, but we need to put all of these barbaric acts, we just need to put them away and be civil. Yes. And this OGUN Monarch, so the caterer that was employed for the party that they had to go explain himself. So there were complaints at the party that the pepper soup was not spicy enough. So the caterer that was contracted for the job had to go explain himself to the person that had given him the job. And the person at the time was having a conversation with the Queen. when he went. So he went, he had the stock, and had to let them know that, okay, I had to manage with the money that was given to me. You know, why all of that explaining and conversation happened, when he was done, he left, only for someone to come meet him and tell him that the monarch is very, very angry. He needs to go and apologize. As at this time, the monarch was, you know, storming out of the event, storming out of the party, going to his car, and he rushed to go prostrate and, you know, apologize. He said, no, I did not go to dance with the queen. I was only explaining something to somebody. I don't know how that interprets as dancing. I really don't know, because there is this orderliness that people have around royalty, around monarchy. Here in Africa, yes, they still do uphold it. So I don't see how, I refuse to say commoner, but try to get the picture. I don't see how he's going to go and be dancing with the queen, or where the queen is dancing. Well, while that happened, while he was trying to beg the monarch and, you know, all of that, the monarch would punch him in his eyes. Yes. So he has one side is blinded. Yes. He has one side of his eyes blinded, and, you know, they've been calling and reaching out to say no, that they want to sue. Yes, they would like for the police. You got the police involved, but the police are saying that because this is royalty, it has to be settled, that the police cannot interfere in the situation. Yes, the police said you cannot interfere in the situation because it has to do with royalty, so they should settle it out of court. And the monarch is not, you know, does not see a reason to as much as apologize or take care of the bills, or, you know, nothing. There's this nonchalancy from do I say from the kingdom? Hey, all right. So that's it. That's the story with the OGUN monarch. Well, I hope that the caterer gets all this justice, because monarch, queen. All right, we'll move on to another story. So, the story, new story, emerging from the PDP crisis, the Wabara-led reconciliation team that visited Wike sometime last week, they got to know the full story, or they got to know another part of the story that was not included in what they already know. It's amazing how we outside know the story, but you people inside do not know the story. Well, they've come out to say now they are clamoring for Ayu's removal. So the story that they heard allegedly that's on the street is that Wike has explained to Wabara, Adolphus Wabara, that he didn't even want to be Atiku's running mate. He was just on his own, and he gave a name from, you know, someone from South. He gave a name, he recommended someone, but Atiku insisted that it is Wike that he wanted. So he had to drop the name, and, you know, everything was on course, only for Atiku to go on ahead and mention Okowa's name. Now, Wike felt slighted, and if, you know, feels like Atiku should have had that same indoor meeting with him and the other governors and say, okay, I have made up my mind and I would rather go for Okowa for whatever reason, but let us have that talk. Not just for you to just go out there and that you know, did everything possible to make sure that Wike, you know, does not get that position, or does not get the shot, or even the name that is suggested, and that's why Wike must go. Ayu must go. And he also has grievances with the fact that Atiku would make, you know, they will come in, they will have a gentleman's agreement or understanding, and Atiku will go outside and do something else. So he's even done having any kind of peace talk with Atiku. He's saying openly that, see, let Ayu step down, then we can even begin to talk. And as for leaving the party, he's not leaving the party. He's going to be there in that party with all of them. Okay, so that's it. And the BOT and the reconciliation, the Wabara-led reconciliation group that went, it was a deadlock. So as it is, PDP are still chasing peace. They are searching for peace. They want peace. All right, let's see what other story we have here. Okay, that's as much as we can take on the porch. We'll move on to the next topic. We'll move on to the next, to the next paper, and that would be okay, Doom Sachs, good morning to you. So thank you for being on the broadcast. Welcome. Please, ladies and gentlemen, do well to like this broadcast. Thank you very much. Okay, we have the Sun. On the Sun, we have your votes will count. Inec assures electorate. Defense headquarters reveals how train attack victims regained freedom. Buhari charges service chiefs to do more, meets freed Abuja Kaduna train attack passengers. Ohaneze to mobilize Igbo for 2023 census. 2023 budget, Senate axes NPA, Customs, NIMASA, 7 others. Bank fraud, forgeries amounted to 120.79 billion naira in 2020, NDIC reports. APC rules out campaign kickoff next week as Tinubu returns from London. PDP crisis, NEC sues for peace. Guards Brigade arrests 65 suspects over alleged plan to disrupt independence anniversary. Nigerians going through hell over economic hardship, and that's from Khan. We know that at this point, I don't even know if I should be saying this, but we know that IPOB has come out to say that there will be no census and there will be no election come 2023. But Ohaneze is, giving assurance and have come out on their integrity to say that they will be mobilizing the Igbos for the 2023 census. So there is no issue, and that they should still carry out. So if they're not allowed to vote, if there will be no voting, if IPOB says a thing, and you guys have a way of saying IPOB did not do this, IPOB did not do that, but if they're coming out to say that there will be no election and there will be no census, so what do we do when the election comes? Some local government or people would have to travel from their local government to some other place just for. I think if the elections are here, then I think we should not be the one to sabotage this. We should allow the elections happen and don't speak for. I mean, if somebody wants to be IPOB, wants to be Biafra, and you don't want to vote, okay, then stay in your house, right? Don't threaten the people, the peace of other people. Or I don't know, for the IPOB people, probably you should pack your people and relocate to where you can express yourself, but don't stay in Nigeria and want to say what's going to happen or what's not going to happen. If we have a national election to participate, then the good people of Nigeria that want to participate should be allowed to participate. Please, let's be civil. All this animalistic and barbaric treatment we give to ourselves, that's why the government will treat us this way. Please. All right, I think that's all the story that we will be taking on here. Oh, Brody has come out to charge the service chiefs to do more, the same way that they've conquered this, the same way that okay, Michael, the same way that they've conquered the Boko Haram and this Abuja Kaduna trade. So we are free and we are done. Nigeria has seen an end to the Abuja Kaduna train attack. I mean, this was one horror movie. This time, this one is crying. This one is being killed. This is one horror movie. I don't know if the lady, the 3 sisters and the one that had a child, I don't know if, because their names are not printed out, they are saying to give for the sake of trauma that they are going to leave out some information. I'd like to know if the lady that had a baby there, if she was rescued, as I cannot see any of that here. Let me take a few comments. This is from Mike. He said it's called freedom fighting. Yes, bro. Of course, nobody should have a problem with freedom fighting. Everybody wants freedom. Johnson Emmanuel says if IPOB don't elections, that is fine. Other Nigerians will vote and the winner will emerge. Finally, Nigeria will move. Okay, if IPOB don't. Okay, Johnson Emmanuel. If IPOB don't want elections, that is fine. Other Nigerians will vote and the winner will emerge. Finally, Nigeria will move forward. I think so. And if you say you want to be IPOB, I think, yes, you want to be IPOB, it's fine. You guys just have a location where you meet and where you can evacuate the land of Nigeria and go express yourself somewhere. I mean, it shouldn't be that difficult, right? I don't know. I'm just asking. I'm just saying. All right, we'll move to the last paper for the day, and that will be Daily Trust. "23 freed train passengers reunite with families after meeting Buhari." President says security challenges have evolved. All right. How Mamu sabotaged rescue efforts. We owe victims, families a debt. That's from Bajabiamila. I don't know. How Mamu sabotaged rescue efforts. We owe victims, families a debt. Bajabia Mila. All right, 13 dead, 12 missing in ZAMFARA KANOE mishaps. PDP crisis. Rivers Assembly derecognizes OMEHIA as ex-governor. 600 million naira refund. Discordant steals over ceiling of Dangote cement in KOGI. Meningitis kills 56 in 32 states. FCT. Navy seeks partnership with Media Trust. NGX Group appoints Kwaranga as chairman. Okay, I have just one story here, and that would be the PDP crisis. Rivers Assembly derecognizes OMEHIA as ex-governor. 600 million naira refund. I don't know how possible this is. OMEHIA was the one that served when Amechi emerged as governor of Rivers State. Please, down in the comment section, please, no insult down there in the comment section, please. Thank you. Let's drop our submissions peacefully with no insults, please. Thank you very much. All right. So OMEHIA was governor for just 1 year until Wike was done with legal battles, and he was restored back as the governor of Rivers State. So up until this, as at last month, September. Yes, as of last month, September 2022, this same OMEHIA was paid a pension of 96.5 million naira. Now, the River State are asking him to refund the money from when he was a governor, all the money that they spent on him. 600. Like, does that even make sense? I've been confused since I saw this story, and I couldn't wait to bring it to bring it to you. So how is it possible that this man is going to refund all the monies that he has benefited from as the ex-governor, as he's no longer recognized as the ex-governor? And report has it that because he paid a courtesy visit to Atiku Abubakar, so Wike is picking all of these people and is showing them. I don't know what to say about this, but is this possible? I know that we have other stories we'd like to take, but I would like for us to take from this PDP crisis day where OMEHIA has been derecognized. So all the benefits that he had enjoyed over time, they want to collect it back. Mr. Kennedy, good day to you, sir, and welcome to the broadcast.
Good evening. It's nice to be here with you again. So,
all right, thank you very much for
okay,
reactions.
The Rivers issue, right? You mean OMEHIA, former governor of Rivers State. Who is derecognizing him? Is it the court or Wike is derecognizing Mr. OMEHIA here?
Well, Rivers Assembly.
Okay, that could be unconstitutional for Rivers House of Assembly to derecognize Mr. OMEHIA. I think it was the governor before Chibuike Amechi, if I'm not mistaken. Before Chibuike Amechi. The fact is, you see, the system is corrupt right from the onset. Whatever happens, OMEHIA was probably given the certificate of return by Inec, and he assumed the position of the governor of the state, and he was there for about a year before, I think, the other governor, Chibuike Amechi, was sworn in after the court procedures. But since he was the governor, he has the right. He has the right to have collected that money, though. That one could be termed to be fraudulent too, because they enact all these laws that would be giving them all these allowances and pension allowances and all that. But anyway, it's left for the court to decide. It's not the House of Assembly of the state that would derecognize him. I think this is an issue of a personal vendetta by Wike. If Wike has to be misusing power this way, what if he has become the president of the country? What is he going to do? Is he going to bring this personal vendetta on all his opponents? I think this is a very bitter politics. This is not supposed to be. He was the former governor. He should be allowed to relax. He should be allowed to have what is accrued to him, not wicked, holding him down from left to right because he visited Atiku. He has had a visit from different parties, from APC, from Peter Obi and all that, and nobody is pursuing him. I don't take side with these irregular behaviors of Wike. This is uncalled for. That's for that. For the monarch that smack somebody. Sometimes it's very funny the way even the government is not good, the monarch is not good, the ordinary people are not good too. How can a monarch raise his hand on somebody? So that should not be a monarch. That monarch should be proscribed in the first place. Why should he or she raise his or her hand on his or her subject? Because this pepper soup was not spicy enough. Sometimes you hear strange news from our people because of pepper soup. He should be taken to court, or they should be whoever he or she is. They should be taken to court. And look at what these police are saying, that because it's a monarch, their hands are tied. They cannot get involved. Why can't they get involved? The law is no respecter of any person. They should obey the law. If they have violated the fundamental human rights of the citizens of that state or the subject, then he or she should be prosecuted. This monarch, they should learn their lessons, very bitter lessons. A monarch slapping or hitting somebody because he or she is a monarch. Me, I don't know. Make the person take them to court to make them pay. They have to pay heavily so that other ones go get sense. So that's what I have for now. So is there any other thing we have to talk about?
No, for now, let's pick just those two stories first, because that's our top story. Recognizing an ex-governor and trying to get back everything that was given to him as a governor. We'll continue on that story. I'll come back to you, Mr. Kennedy. Thank you for being
Thank you.
here. Okay, Mr. NCBD, welcome. Thank you for being here. Good morning to you, sir.
Yes, good morning, my sister, Ima.
All right, Mr. Insibidi, if you've been following the story we are talking about, should it be allowed or is it possible? What's your reaction knowing that an ex-governor is being de-recognized and everything that has been spent on him during his tenure until recently, his pensions is expected to return them back, which has gone up to the tune of 600 million naira?
Well, like Mr. Ken said, I think this thing that all these people are shouting, Wike. The thing is that the man is the way he's handling the whole issue. I think he's probably portraying himself as some kind of reformist and this kind of revolutionary leader or something. But unfortunately, sometimes it seems as if in some cases he shoots himself in the leg, because all these other things that he has said in the past, at some point you keep on seeing contradictions, and he's still playing the same political games and all that. If you want to be a reformist, you come out and be it with your full chest. So you should just say, I don't care about all those OMEHIA, all those people, but the truth of the matter is we need to look at the intent. We need to look at the context, and we need to look at the intent of what Wike is doing. Because is it really for the good of the people, or is it born out of ego and trying to show that, now I have power over you and I can do what I want, or I can pay you back maybe for whatever that might have happened in the past. Maybe they had misunderstanding. So in that context, I will not support what he's doing, because if maybe he has a track record, I'm not talking about this project that they are building road and some roads and maybe flyovers and all that, which is part of development, is good, but is that really something that you say, okay, now Port Harcourt has become is loud, maybe unemployment is so low, or maybe all the roads in the hinterlands, just forget about the major road or government road or whatever. I'm talking about all the roads in the hinterland they paved? Is the drainage system, everything okay? Is there stable electricity? Is the refinery functioning properly? Is there a seaport? You know, these things now, if maybe all those things are being handled and Wike is doing something like this, then I will say yes. That in fact, do it. Go after every single past governor that have been in, you know, but not just this basic, uh, 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 um, televised road commissioning that they always do in Nigeria, then flyovers, then you now want to come and be showing people that like you're, you know, like you're a reformist or something. So I would just say that let's. I don't. You know, I also believe that anyone that has been, you know, that have done some wrong in the past, they should be made to answer. But I don't believe in just using a vendetta because of maybe you have a misunderstanding in the past or something, you know, for some against someone. Then I think the story of the tanker is what I came in when you had already gone a bit far in that story. I didn't really get the full um, story, but I heard you talking about the Monarch. You know, the Monarch. I don't know. Probably thought somebody wanted to dance with his Olori, something like that. But yeah, well, the thing is that nobody will do anything to him because he's a monarch, you know, and this is the culture. Who are we to come and stop them? We cannot even use civilization as an excuse. We are seeing, people in the UK, are they not seeing all the things that have happened, all the allegations that have been brought against members of the royal family? Can anybody come out and say, okay, because we're in a very civilized society now, we must start speaking against maybe Prince Andrew and all these people that we have had all manner? So that is how monarchy is. You know, that's how monarchy is, and that's how. It doesn't mean that I support what what he does or what he has done. It's just that unfortunately that is how the monarchy operates. So, and as long as you are in that, you're under their dominion, you have to abide by the rules of the kingdom. So that's what I think about that. I think there was also one more thing you had. I really wanted to speak on, but I think right now I can't even remember it. So probably as time goes on, I might add more.
All
Thank you
right, no
so much.
problem, Vijay. I'll be right here when you remember. Let me know. Thank you for joining this broadcast. Welcome again.
All right, thank you.
All right, so Mr. Charles. Hi, Mr. Charles. Good day to you, and welcome to our newspaper review today. How you doing?
I'm very well, Mrs. Emma. How are you too? Good evening from here. Good evening to the
Friday
panelists.
morning. It's a beautiful Friday morning, and we are all doing just fine. Thank you.
Thank you too. Is it concern? Okay, I should speak on. I should speak on what happened concerning Wike's attitude and the former governor of Rivers State that was that Wike used his power to deny of his rights. You see, Wike, honestly, I wonder with his attitude, if this man becomes the president of Nigeria, what he is going to do. Honestly, for the fact that you didn't agree with somebody doesn't mean that you should go against him. Honestly, and you see, it's not this man's fault that he is getting pension salary from, I say, an ex-governor. The law had been there. It's not his fault. It's not his. He was not the one that put that signed it into bill that ex-governor should be getting pension. He was the one that did it. But if we are going to say the truth, why will ex-governors, you have civil servants that retired from after 35 years, they're being deprived of their gratuity? Why ex-governor for just 4 years or 8 years be getting pension for life? All these things are nonsense in Nigeria. I don't think these things, they should scrap all these things. Look at Within a short period of time, this man is getting over 600 million.
He gets 96.5 million naira monthly on pension.
Look at why many people that have served for 35 years, just some are getting 30-something thousand every month, and the money these people have refused to pay them. Is it not? Honestly, Nigerian politicians, they are very wicked. They only make any law that will favor them. Any law. I don't know why. Why would the ex-governor will be getting pension? Why? For 4 years. After 4 years, you should leave for office and go home and look for something else to do. This is why they have all become lazy, and they will do everything to make sure that they remain relevant in politics. Because if it is me, imagine for 1 year being an ex-governor, you are getting 90-something million naira every month. You will go home and relax and be spending, your children will be wasting money, your relative wasting money, because I don't know what you are going to eat for 1 month that you will finish 90-something million naira. I don't know what you are going to buy, what you are going to eat, your children are going to eat. That's why you see them, they misbehave, honestly. And concerning the Monarch, like my brother said, well, for someone, I don't know what the person did that makes the Monarch to slap him, but we all know in every kingdom, the king must be respected, even if the wife, even the children. In other part of the world where they have you have kings, when their children is coming out, people give them respect. I know that in Nigeria, this is because of politics in Nigeria. These people, no one respects them anymore, because why people just look down on them sometimes, because a governor can come out and say, I have dethroned you. That's why you see people, they became like as if no one cares, no one. How can you be dancing with a king's wife? If you see a king's wife dancing, you must stay away from that place. Why will you go close to her, to his wife? Are you crazy? If you are happy he didn't cut off your head and dash it to the gods of the land, and you are talking? Can Prince of England, Queen
Mr. Sorry, is it dancing or pepper soup? Please enlighten us again.
No, dancing. He alleged that he did that for dancing with the queen. But the man's story is that he only went to explain while, people are complaining that the pepper soup was not spicy enough. Now, the person who gave him the job, at the time he went to meet the person, was with the queen. So if you understand this now, he had to report what was going on at the event to the person that contracted him for the job. But at the time that he went to meet this person was with the queen. And that was the only reason why he was around anywhere near the queen at the time.
But the truth,
back home, people still give, still bow to royalty here. Yes, we still do, especially the Yorubas. I mean, anytime you see an Oba or this, you see them prostrating, and even if you are not one of them, when everybody is prostrating, of course, you just have to follow suit and prostrate. So that story of him dancing with the queen is it shouldn't be taken. I don't think it's possible. I mean, with the distance, with the entourage, with the security that they usually would even have, I don't know. I don't know which one is the truth here, but the truth is that you dare not go close to the queen. That is how it is. You dare not. You are lucky if you go close to the queen and the king did not cut off your head and dash it to the gods of the land. And you will be lucky for that, because honestly, we must respect the king. Only that back in Nigeria, we are in an environment where these politicians have reduced them to nothing, and then themselves, because of greed, they became politicians. That is why these people, they're no more. When the governor can come and say, I have dethroned you. Look at what happened to in Imo State. You will hear of many kings. In Anambra State, in KANOE, when Gandhi dethroned Emir of KANOE. All these things. This is why nobody respects them anymore. But if that was
separated themselves from politics in Nigeria and be the custodian of the land they are. You do not try their wives or their families. You must respect them, honestly. Honestly,
All right.
no one. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Charles. Thank you for your submission on here. If you're just joining us, welcome to Newspaper Review on Niger Watch. Welcome. I welcome you. Thank you for being here. Yes, Amuka Ibuka, good morning to you too, and welcome to the broadcast. And also, good morning to Goluwa Galaditi. Yes, good morning to you too, my brother. Welcome to the broadcast. And of course, to you, Mr. Makira, but the one that is ever showing us love on this broadcast. Thank you so very much. God bless you. Thank you. Okay, Mr. SBD, I don't think I would also have that conversation on this broadcast. Things always go haywire when we have that discussion on here. So please, you can push it to the evening or please just allow it less like with all due respect, sir. All right, Mr. Mark Hirabo, thank you so very much for your contribution. God bless you again and again. Yes, Tunanja, I see you. Good day, and thank you for being on this broadcast. Tunanja says almost 100K per month as pension is too much. I think that amount includes other things they spend on ex-leaders. It's same in the West, like for staff, security, housing, and etc. Okay, I don't know, but I think we really need to have a rethink with this spending these millions of naira. We say we do not have, and every ex-governor, president, we are paying them pensions in millions, No, if we don't have, then everybody has to feel it. If we don't have, everybody has to feel it. Teachers cannot be collecting minimum wage of 30,000 naira for whatever level. 30,000 naira a month to teach people is too small, and we have no. Please, it really doesn't justify what the money is being used for. All right, yeah, we also have. Hi, Mr. Inobong, how are you doing? Good day and welcome to the broadcast.
Thank you. Good morning. Can you hear me, Ima?
Loud and clear, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. I just want to make a comment on the Rivers State issue. I happen to have listened to the Rivers State House of Assembly, and what they were saying was that, according to what I could see on television, that the man was removed by the Supreme Court some time ago as a governor. So based on that, he's not supposed to be getting claims anymore as an ex-governor, but somehow it was still going on. So they now just decided to activate that and tell him, look, you shouldn't be, they say must not be called His Excellency anymore, and he should refund all the money they have been giving him in maybe 6 or 7 days, something. Well, if it is done by the State Assembly that is empowered to do that, then I don't know what to comment here, because there's a legal angle to it. But what I would like to say is this. Knowing fully well that there's something going on in between Atiku and Wike, so whoever is on Atiku's side becomes anti-Wike, and who is on Wike's side becomes anti-Atiku. You can imagine that when Atiku was constituting his campaign council, he brought in Uche Secondus, who had issues, a long-standing issue with the Wike. So it's a matter of tit for tat now. So if you are coming for my enemies to be your friends, then I will also come for you at the same time. So that is exactly what is going on now in the House of us in Rivers State. But if we may ask, what exactly is Wike asking for? Wike is just asking for one thing. Let the chairman of the party be from a different side. When they choose Iyorchia Ayu to be the chairman of the party, the expectation was that the presidential candidate or the president will have to come from the south. And now the president candidate happens to come from the north. So it is not good. I mean, look at all other parties. There is no party like that nationally, that the presidential candidate and the chairman will come from the same region of the country. And again, for integrity's sake, if Ayu had said that if a presidential candidate emerges from the north, he will step down, then he should honor his word Atiku should not forget that he is being called a unifier. So the job has to start from within the PDP to unify PDP before you go to the entire country. So what Awike is asking for, he is not wrong for asking for that man to step down. I think it's just, it's not, it's a very small issue. It's a very small issue. And because if Atiku does not cooperate to do that, it will look as if PDP is being hijacked to the north. And if they cannot keep to their words, now that they are even looking for votes from the electorate, what is the guarantee that when you now come into power, you will honor any agreement? So I would disrespect everything you say as a matter of manifesto, because I believe you are just saying it now to get my votes. And once you get my votes, you do whatever you want to do. So if you want me to trust you with my votes, and you want me to believe any word you come and say on the political podium, then start the ones you are saying now. Let's see you do it. That's the only thing I have to say.
Thank you very much for that, Mr. Enobong. Thank you. The good people of Nigeria needed to hear this. I mean, if all of this are happening in just this small national party of yours, what happens? What happens when you are in power and you have to deal with the Federal Republic of Nigeria? We cannot, apparently, we cannot even afford to trust the things that you are promising to do for us. Okay, we'll take this comment from Tunanja. Tunanja says, I am only explaining without justifying. There is argument against and for such pensions. In the end, are the leaders delivering value for money for what is being spent on them? Before my panelists would take on this question, I'd like to give a shout out to everybody that has, that has held it down with us on our newspaper review today. Thank you to you, to Ninja. Thank you so very much. Silvanus, and you, thank you so very much. And of course, Mommy Diaspora, thank you so very much. Bolua Galaditi, thank you so very much. Onwuka, Ebuka Collins, Ebuka, how you did? Thank you. It's good to have you on this broadcast. Mr. Mark Irabo, thank you for your show of love. Johnson Emmanuel, thank you for being on this broadcast, Justin Emmanuel. Zoom Sachs, Alluvio. Alluvio. I hope I'm right. Thank you so very much for being on this broadcast, Doomsday. Thank you so much. Michael, how you doing, Michael? Thank you for being on this broadcast. Kenneth Callistos, thank you for being on the broadcast. Sam Sky, thank you. Big shout out to you. Hello, King. Thank you so very much for being on the broadcast. Rosaline Omowuyi, Sonia, Alex, Favor Faith, thank you very much. Enobong Amyang, thank you. Omoro Dion Kingsley, thank you so very much. Mary Kimade, D.A. Osadolo, and of course, Osagbovo, my guy, thank you so very much for being on this broadcast. Yes, this is from Johnson Emmanuel to Enobong. Mr. Enobong, Johnson Emmanuel said, well said, sir. Thanks for this submission. Yes, thank you for saying that the people of Nigeria needed to hear that. All right, Mr. Kennedy, let's take these questions from you. I mean, this money that we spend on current and ex-leaders, all these pensions that are given to ex-governors, to ex-presidents, and looking at the state of the country financially, I mean, do you think we should go on? And as Tunaja rightly asked, are they delivering value for this? Are they even worth all of this money that we are spending on them?
Not at all. They are not even worth a kobo of this money that is being spent on them. Actually, you see, it all boils down to corruption, the corrupt practices of the people in the government. You know, when the governors are there, they coerce the House of Assembly to pass this law so that they can be enjoying, those allowances the moment they are out of office. And the most intriguing aspect of it is some of them, after their governorship, they go to the House of Senate, and they are receiving salary from the House of Senate and equally getting these allowances, this pension from the state they led. So I don't know I don't know the problem with black men. What do they want? And this is very homologous. It is so big that it can even take care of the whole village. The salary that is accrued to the salaries, the pensions, and the allowances. You hear 300% of whatever, 300% of the salary for taking care of his vehicles, taking care of his wardrobe, taking care of this, taking care of that. What wardrobe? I remember when Adeola Faye or something, that lady that used to do that program. brought some children that were not having clothes. She said these are the ones that need the wardrobe, not the ex-governors, because they already have their clothes. What kind of wardrobe do they? If this is very, very unconstitutional. I think the whole country should abolish all these allowances that is being paid to ex-governors. It's not worth it at all. Look at the situation we find ourselves now, the financial problems that is going across the country, and the governors are sitting there receiving all this money that can take care of a whole village, a whole town. One person is receiving it, and like somebody that listened, that is why you see their families misbehaving, riding big cars and buying big houses, and they could go abroad and procure houses. I think it's very unconstitutional, and it should stop henceforth. If you are retiring, you just do 4 years or 8 years, and somebody who did 35 years is receiving like 20. They are not even paid, and the governors are getting their money every month. And people in the Senate, you are in Senate. Some I even retired from the Senate, and the severance, they call it severance allowances from the Senate when they sever, the when they out of that Senate, they are receiving that. They are receiving that of the governor. They are receiving everything. And like somebody used to say, there has to be documentation. There are no data to show that even he was a governor and he's still receiving salary from the other side. I don't know. I don't know. The country is in trouble. At least somebody should come in and put all these structures in place that will control all these abnormalities that will take care of the whole situation of the country. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Kennedy. Thank you for your submission. Mr. NCBD.
Yes, thank you so much. Well, my brother have just spoken it exactly the way it should be. And also, I don't, but there's just one part there that I would like to say that obviously, like every other job, everybody needs to get their pension and all that, But it's all this other, Nigeria is just something else. It's just that, like in US, for example, where we know where they are economically compared to Nigeria. We know their position in the world and everything. And I think, like the other time that Andrew Cuomo retired, they said, I think I was listening to the news then, and it was like, is it $50,000 a year kind of pension you'll be getting? $50,000, former governor of New York. New York is like, it has the economy of like 4 or 5 countries in Africa. So, and that's the man who will be getting $50,000. These our politicians. What is $50,000 to these people? These people will just bring $50,000. If you want them to bring it to you every week, they'll give it to you. In fact, in 2 days, they'll give you $50,000. So it doesn't make sense. They need to be, and that's why someone like Obi, if he can get into this, I feel like he's the only person that is in a major political. I believe also someone like Showore, if he has the chance, but unfortunately, Showore, I don't think he has moved in such a way that will place him in that kind of the same level with Obi. But if someone like Obi gets to that seat, is someone like that can bring these kind of changes that we want, that can put in place proper structure, and people will get what they deserve. People will not have to, convert national or state resources for themselves. So I believe that definitely everything should be checked out. I don't even know how much is $50,000 in naira. I don't know. I know that would be like in millions, but obviously not as much as these people are getting. So, and imagine that, it doesn't make any sense. So they should just for that, despite the way I feel about Wike, what he's doing obviously is something is the right thing to do. But at the same time, uh, we don't need this kind of selective performance. We need a general, accountability. We need a proper accountability. Not just this selective performance. My friends are okay. Then if you're not my friends, then we'll go after you with the law. Something like that. We don't want that. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Nsubidi. Yes, I totally relate with you. If you're a leader and you're in authority to have some information, why wait until the person becomes an enemy of yours before letting the good people of Nigeria know the ills that are being done behind closed doors. I guess that's what you're saying, Mr. NCBD. Yes, and this is from Johnson Emmanuel. He says the pensions was not a bad idea. I think we can debate on the amount and a clause that will prevent them from receiving salaries from a different employment simultaneously. Okay, this is very good. But how is it that the ones with the brains, do not get to the table where decisions are being made? I think we need to do better. We need to, go out, join political parties. Let's you have it, you have it. If you have a think tank on your head, please use it to serve your country, please. All right, we have Mr. Charles. Yes, Mr. Charles.
Yeah, Mr. Sema, honestly, concerning Nigeria, each time we talk about it, you start crying. Because I wonder, like I said before, how can someone be receiving 90-something million every month? What is this man going to do with money? Because it gives me worries. How can somebody receive such amount of money every month? Are you different from every other person in Nigeria? For the fact that you are...
Sorry, my brother. Is it every month or every year?
Emma, is it not every month?
That's his monthly pension, sir. And the last one was paid in. So I was wondering, if people already know of this, why are you still paying him? And you wanted to pay as recent as 1 of September also. So yeah, that's it.
My brother, you see, every month. For someone to get salary of 1 million naira in Nigeria is too much. Talk of 90-something million. This is why these people, they can live anyhow. They can spend money anyhow. This is why they have created enough gap between them and the poor. They don't want the poor to come close. This is the reason. Imagine 90-something million every month. The wife will go to the market and slap somebody. The children will abuse you. They will spend money. They kill. My God, this is too much. I don't know who can stop this nonsense. I don't know who will come to power and stop all this nonsense, because this cannot continue. Honestly, it cannot continue. I don't know if by the grace of God, Peter will come to power, he will do something concerning all these things, because anyone who served for 4 years, after 4 years, you should go home. You shouldn't expect anything from the government. Within that 4 years, you didn't know what, you are not employed. You just came there to manage. After 4 years, you will pay, maybe there will be a certain amount of money that will be given to you to go home. Not every month you'll be expecting something. What are you going to expect? Some people who serve for 30-something years, they are struggling. Somebody who served for 4 years is earning such amount of money that can pay up to with the salary of civil servants in Nigeria to 90-something million can pay almost one ministry their salaries, and someone is getting it. That's too much. Honestly, the government should do something. The people should do something about this and speak up. See if this thing can stop. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Charles. Mr. Enobong, please.
Yeah, once again, I look at it from the legal point of view. Whatever is done in the state to any governor or maybe deputy that has left office is a law, a creation of the state assembly. So there's nothing in that amount that is just given to a governor or a past deputy from the pockets of the state governor incumbent. No, it's a law that the state assembly has made and then put in place. So whoever comes in simply comes to flow with it. If unfortunately, again, we know that if Peter Obi comes in by God's grace, Peter Obi know they give shishi, but we are in a federation. So the National Assembly will not be able to sit down in Abuja and make a law and say, hey, states, don't give your past governors this, because that is their money, that is their budget, controlled by the chief executive. So what we can do is to continue to appeal and say, look, hey, fine, we know that who has worked should get something, but that amount is a lot of money. Otherwise, why are we not giving ASU what they are asking for? Why are we not paying ASU? People who were paying 100 million naira to get forms, just a form in APC. I believe this government can pay ASU and let these people go back if they have so much money playing around with.
All right, Mr. Novo, thank you for your submission. Thank you so very much. If you're just joining in, do well to like the broadcast, share, and invite someone onto the broadcast. You are on to Newspaper Review on Niger Watch. Thank you for joining in. We have Mr. Larry. Hi, Mr. Larry. How are you doing today?
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for having me on. I wanted to talk about something you mentioned earlier. You mentioned earlier what was happening in KOGI State. You mentioned the flood and how that was affecting the distribution of petroleum. And at first, maybe I looked at it like a federal problem, a governmental problem. But then when looking at it, it's okay, it's a flood, it's something they couldn't help. But then I noticed that the tankers that were supposed to be distributing the petrol, they are primarily using the motorway. I think it's Lokoja, Abuja, the Lokoja Abuja highway, and they're forced to now use other routes. I'm just thinking, are we saying that it's the federal government's problem that this is not being distributed properly, or are we acknowledging that it's a natural disaster that they couldn't help, which is the flood? Because I don't know from your opinion what you thought that was, because I don't want to just start complaining about the government saying, well, they should have built more highways, they should have created more routes for the tankers. But if this is a natural disaster that just happens once in a while, is it really the government's fault? I don't know. I'm still unsure about that. Maybe you have more information to point it to the federal government failing in their task to. But I don't know, these companies these tankers, are they owned by the government? Are they private companies? I don't know. I don't know. It's just hard for me to blame the federal government for this particular incident you mentioned. Maybe you have more information. I don't know.
Some of these tankers are privatized. That's why when the marketers will change price, they sometimes determine the cost of full price. The federal government will, sometimes they do not even know the price that we are buying for because the marketers. So I don't even know why we don't have a regulatory body that gives us a price. So I think that some of these tankers are privatized. I'm talking about the flood. Now, this happened 12 years ago in Lokoja, where there was a flood that the same thing that is happening today happened 12 years ago. Why I think the government, should have done something about it, knowing that the area that it is in, that Lokoja, it's prone to this. They say sometimes there's an overflow from the River Niger or Benue, and it goes into that area because of houses that are there, people that are buying the houses there, they already know of this risk, but they choose to take it because that's it. I mean, the land there, they are cheaper, of course. So when they go there, but they know of this, and they still, they take their chances that, it might not happen in another 10 or 12 years or 15 years. So they just go all ahead and say that's a long time. You know what we say, when we get to that bridge, we will cross it. But they say that from what I read, that people that are staying in that area, that every day they are hopeful, they are holding their breath. Oh, is it going to happen today? Is it going to happen tomorrow? They have that question. So it's something they're familiar with. Now, why would you still be in that area? Why not move out of the area? And I don't know if to say this is a natural disaster, but I know that it's something that if the government, if they are, I can't get the right word right now, proactive, they don't have to wait for it to happen again. Now this has happened. The right question is, what is the government doing about it, and to see to it that it doesn't happen again? Nothing. I can tell you that nothing. Maybe it is happening at the wrong time, where all they are trying to do is to get this election done and over with, or maybe it is happening at the wrong time with the wrong president, who all he just wants is for his tenure to be over and justly. So I don't see anything happening. I hope that the incoming president or the incoming government would do well to begin to look at all of these things, because the floods the loss from the flood in 2022 alone, from lives to properties, is overwhelming. And when I read that story yesterday, or was it yesterday or today, that it is due to the flood that's why they're having scarcity of oil in Abuja, I'm like, of course they are going to look for something to pin it on. All right, Mr. Larry,
Thank you. I just want to say thank you for that. That was the part I wasn't sure of. I wasn't sure if the flood had happened regularly in the past. But if it has, then it goes without saying the government, the local government, especially in that state, needs to be much more proactive in fixing creating more alternative routes and fixing having more highways. Basically, they can't just be relying on one place which gets destroyed by the flood. Thanks very much.
All right, Mr. Larry, thank you very much. You have anything to say on the topic?
No, I was more interested in the flooding thing. In regards to the pensions, that there isn't much to say. It's just more inefficiency and corruption revealing itself. And the question is, how will that be dealt with? And I don't know if it can ever be dealt with. It was just depressing to hear that it's the same old nonsense from the same old people who have power, and they just abuse their power. And so, unfortunately, I don't have anything to say.
That's just fine. Thank you very much, and thank you for coming into the studio. It was good to have you here. Thank you very much. Yes, Mr. Chubuzo. Mr. Chubuzo, how are you doing today? Thank you for being here.
Yeah, how are you, Emma? How are you, the listeners and the co-panelists? Good day, everyone. Let me just chip in a little bit on the flood you just mentioned right now. You know, whatever happens in the state where all those things are happening, that is why I mentioned something like most of these leaders we have in Nigeria, they don't have vision. They don't understand how to govern a state. When it comes to flood, what you do, you build tunnels. You don't build gutters. You build tunnels. Channel those tunnels to finishing area where those things can exist, so that all this flood every time we complain about, whenever there is rain or all kind of massive water come out, then all those things will channel to the tunnels. So, and it will direct it and discharge in the river or wherever the channel is to. So, but these governors, they will come in, they will be building gutters, and another one will come build another gutter, the same gutter, award the same contract. There is no improvement, no development, but we see those gutters as development. Those are not development. If you want to build a country or a state, you build tunnels, so that when you build it, nobody will come there and build it again. It's stay there forever, So, and that is what governance is all about. But if they're not doing that, it's a pity that it will keep on happening. Then when it comes to the other salary you are mentioning, pension, that is way too much. When you look at it, when you just, measure it, it's no comparison to the common people active workers in Nigeria. Then you are talking about somebody who are disabled, is no more active, and they are giving such person such an amount. Somebody who is no more effective in the society, you are giving him such an amount. But somebody who is active, you are not even paying him anything. So you can see that we are getting things upside down. Nigeria is not well established. Nigeria are still learning. I don't know whether they are still kids or small boys. I don't know. Nigeria are still behind. Thank you for that. I don't see any much to say about it. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Chubuzo, thank you for your submission. Thank you for coming into the studio. It was good to have you on the broadcast today. A big shout out to every one of you on the comment section. A big shout out to each and every one of you watching. Thank you for being here. And to those watching the replay, hi, how you doing? Thank you for thank you for watching our newspaper review online. And what? Please do well to like this broadcast, invite, share, do well to turn on your notification bell, do well to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Yes, and do not forget our lineups. We have the newspaper review Monday through to Saturday, 10 a.m. Nigerian time. We have the charts every Mondays and Wednesdays, 1 p.m. Nigerian time, we have discussions. Monday through to Thursday, 5 p.m. Nigerian time, and we have the debate, 6 p.m. every Friday. Do not forget the Sunday shows with leftists. Just do well to turn on your notification bell, please, and do well to support us by clicking on the right on the comment section. Please, thank you so very much. A big thank you to Mommy Diaspora, to Boluwaga. Thank you, Marcus, the great, beautiful morning to you too. Thank you for being here. Thank you to my amazing panelists. Thank you for every day. Thank you. We've had a good week. To each and every one of you that has been with me from Monday, I say happy weekend to you. I hope you have a fantastic one, filled with so much fun, sunshine, and of course, family. Thank you so very much. All right, Mr. Kennedy, we've come to the close of today's newspaper review. Please say something to Nigerians.
Yes, thank you very much. I want to speak on the issue of the tanker, the petrol tanker driver that tried to escape the touts or the Agberu people on the road that were pursuing him. You see, the country is so lawless. One of us here have been preaching, advocating for the government to have a central data system that will be capturing all the issues are going on in the country. Look at in abroad, if a car or vehicle violates the law and he's trying to escape the law, the police or whoever is responsible for taking up that duty will not pursue or have a hot chase. But sometimes when they have a hot chase and they find it is getting out of hand, getting dangerous, they will just let you go. They take the plate number. The plate number takes the government to the office, to your office or your home. So these things are not there, and it is very, very. Sometimes you see all these trailers too. They don't even have the brake lights. The brake lights are not on. The direction lights are not on. There are no plate numbers. How do they track such a vehicle if that vehicle violates the law? You see, all these things, these are the first of the problems the government has to tackle. They should put all these things in place. And the people that are pursuing these vehicles, you know how dangerous that vehicle is. That vehicle is carrying about 35,000 liters of petrol. And you know that anything can happen. And you are pursuing that vehicle. And look at what happened now, causing the death of a lot of people. I think the government, we have to, kind of go away from this Africa mentality of he's my brother, he's my sister. Both the tanker driver and the people that were pursuing him should be prosecuted, even at death. The tanker driver should be prosecuted. The government should not allow him to, or even if he's buried, they should go and change the grave so that the family will not have access to the grave. And he must have caused the death of a lot of people now because of his inability to stop or to obey the laws. I don't know if it is lawful for him to have been pursued in the first place. I think you say he refused to pay or he refused to stop and what is he's supposed to pay, he refused to pay and so on. The government is supposed let the government prosecute him even at death. And those ones that were pursuing him too, they should be prosecuted. Let people begin to learn. People should begin to learn. You say, oh no, it's somebody that is dead. They should not prosecute. They should prosecute them, even at death, so that other people will learn. They are causing problems in the whole country. The government is not good. The citizens are not good. Nobody is good. So that's what I see there. Let other people learn. You don't pursue a trailer that is carrying such dangerous material. Because it's even written dangerous material, highly inflammable. And we are pursuing that vehicle. That vehicle may not be having effective brakes. Look at what I'm tired. Thank you.
Thank you for your submission, Mr. Kennedy. Mr. NCBD, please. All right, I'll move on to Mr. Enobong if you're still with us.
Yeah, I'm still with you. I would like to say something concerning flooding generally. I'm told that the Netherlands is kind of below sea level, but we don't have all this flooding all year round because there's a concrete embankment around the ocean or the river side. If you know that you are in a low-lying area, you keep telling Nigerians every year, prepare to evacuate, move away. Where do they evacuate to? They are looking for food to eat, and you tell them to evacuate. Do they go and sleep in the kiosk or by the roadside waiting for rains to be over? It does not cost too much for the government to do a concrete embankment of even 1 meter high all through a low-lying area until the water is emptied into the ocean. Would save us from all this. Now, Lokoja, for instance, is a place where River Niger and Benue meet. We are also told on news that they've opened a dam in Cameroon. That is one of the reasons why this heavy water is flowing down River Benue to Lokoja. So because this doesn't happen every year. So if we expect this once in a while, it might not be something that the KOGI state government can handle. Let the federal government know that this is a major area, then put some embankment 1 meter high, very heavy concrete. Julius Berger can do that and save everybody from all this. I watch the pictures so pathetic. People's houses are being carried up to roof level, and I can tell you nothing is going to be given to them. Give them blanket, give them water, and the houses are gone. How do they start their life? This is not funny. So government can help. If this year is gone, it shouldn't allow this to happen again.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Inobo. Thank you. Mr. NCBD, are you back? Okay, Mr. Chibuzo, please.
Yeah, thank you once again. You know, I just keep on. I just keep on.
You can go ahead, and I'll come after him. Sorry for that, Emma.
Okay, no problem. I keep on advocating at the same time. If at all government want to invest in infrastructure, let them do it once. Build tunnels. Tunnels is the only way you can be able to deflect flooding. Because if you don't build tunnels and build a shallow gutter, there is no way those waters can be able to channel themselves properly. But if you build tunnel is the only way. Go to anywhere that is a country that is advanced. They use tunnel to channel their waters. So, but Nigeria are still behind in a way that they are still building our traditional gutters every year and every time any new government comes. So Nigeria needs to change the way they operate. Our operating system is very, very low and poor. We need to advance the way we operate in Nigeria and do our service delivery properly. So, but every time we keep on advocating for this, talking about this, it's not gonna work. People will let in power. They don't even understand what all these things. They don't even know what anything. We just elect them because they have PhD. They don't even know the meaning of that PhD. They have this master's degree. They don't even know the meaning of all this degree they have. You know, and that is why we bring a doctor to become a minister of aviation, a doctor. Then we collect an engineer. We make him a minister of sports. So we are not getting things right. We need to put people who understand their profession very well and elect them in power. And that is the only way Nigeria can drive. Thank you. That's all I can contribute.
Thank you, Mr. Chubuzo. I wish you an amazing day. Thank you for being on the broadcast with us. Mr. NCBD, do we still have you?
Yes. It has been a very exciting and interesting session, as always. So, well, the flood, like what my brother is saying, is just, I think that's the best way, because if you look at this developed world, that's how it is. Like even in the UK, there are places that are prone to floods. Those it's called, what is it, Cornwall, Sussex, those places in the the southern part of UK and all that, everywhere. So, but if you go to those places are flood prone areas, but they don't have these things that we are talking about because of proper planning, proper drainage systems that they've put in place. You know, and somebody, okay, I know he was just asking. He was not like he was making it a statement, making a statement that the government should not be blamed. But if we are to talk about that, have you seen how wide the roads are in other countries? Don't even go too far. Go to somewhere like Namibia, Botswana, Zambia, South Africa. Roads are wider. I know that there are also some wide. I'm just talking of in a broader context. So it's easy for all these problems to arise in in Nigeria because of even when they build this one slim road that is, I don't know, very skinny road. Before you know, they'll start showing it for they will not let people hear what channels will come and show it. All these people will come and show that they have done this very skinny road. So we need to understand that we cannot be celebrating mediocrity. That's why when some people come out and start telling us that somebody built Lagos, we'll be asking, is there a different Lagos? Or is it Lagos, is it Ikoyi and all those few, maybe 3, 4 neighborhoods? Are they the only, is that the only Lagos? You know? So because Lagos is very big. I spent most of my, growing up and schooling in Lagos. So my point is this, there's progress, which is undeniable, but it's not moving at the required pace. It's not moving at the required pace. It's too slow. And we cannot be celebrating mediocrity. Oh, he has tried now. Don't we see that? That is like you're now having the Stockholm syndrome. And, where you're feeling empathy and sympathy for the people that have put you in the situation that you're in. So I think the only thing I can say is that everything still comes down to the election. You see everybody now coming with their own propaganda and everything. We should not allow the spirit to be, we should not let our spirit to be, suppressed, because you need that tempo. You need that, that momentum. Just keep on pushing, because these people sometimes they know how to. That's why I'm telling you, be careful with even mainstream media. Be careful with so-called influencers or celebrities or whatever, because they know how to play those games. You understand? And the culture of connection and who in Nigeria. So most of these people that you think that they are youths like you or whatever, at the end of the day, some of them will go and play that game of settle me, I'm fighting for myself, those type of things. So please, let's be careful. Let us not allow anything discourage us, and let us keep pushing. If the other countries have done it, a lot of countries have seen how do I say, revolutionary elections, like Kenya the other day. We saw how the current president is not the one that was recommended by the sitting president. The sitting president had his own candidate, but yet another person won because of the people. So we need to understand that it's in our hands. Thank you so much.
Thank you to Mr. NCBD. Thank you for coming on here. Thank you for your submission, your time. Thank you so very much. And a big thank you goes to Prophet Elijah. Thank you for being on this broadcast with us. How are you doing? Willie, how are you doing? Good day to you. And thank you for being on the broadcast. Yes, Van Maxwell, you came in late, but thank you. It's good to see you on here with us. Thank you so very much. Mommy Diaspora, Boluwagala Dite, Marcos the Great. Thank you so very much. Thank you, Johnson Emmanuel. Thank you, James Stephens. Thank you. Yes, James Stephens. Thank you for bringing the word on to the broadcast every time. Thank you. So, Niger, thank you so very much. Silvanus and Ying, thank you so very much for being here. Thank you to Osagovo. Thank you to Onwuka Ebuka. Thank you to Meriki Made. Thank you to Maki Rabo. Thank you to each and every one of you. Of course, do say Aluvio. Thank you so very much. Thank you to you watching me right now. You know, I see you. Thank you for being here. I really, truly do appreciate your time on here with us. Mr. Enobok, this will be my first time having you on the broadcast. Welcome and thank you for being here. I look forward to having more and more of your presence here with us every day for our broadcast. Thank you so very much. Thank you to you too. I cannot, go on and on with the name calling, but thank you so very much. The panelists have said it all, Nigerians. Please let us be watchful out there. And the things that we've been waiting for government to come do for us and they are not doing, those little things that we can begin to do ourselves, let us start doing it. This Nigeria is for everybody. Let's not wait for the big names, to do all of this things. The little that we can do, we do. To the people of Lokoja, well, I'm not sure what to say, but I hope things get better for each and every one of you out there and everyone that has been affected by this flood. So sorry about it. I hope something is done about it. That's as much as I can say. I hope something is done about it. Thank you so very much. Please do want to join our broadcast today by 6 p.m. You don't want to miss out on the debate, and you know this. So until I come your way again, and I know that I have wished you a happy weekend. If I haven't, cheers to the weekend, ladies and gentlemen. Please be the sunshine on someone's face. Today, be the smile on someone's face today. Extend that hand of friendship, please. Thank you so very much. Have an amazing day. Have a super fantastic weekend. I'll see you tomorrow for a newspaper review. Until then, stay safe and bye-bye.